New horror story. Little girl tells me when people will die, and she's never wrong. March 15th, 3:33 a.m., Emma whispered, her crayon scratching red circles around the date on her notebook. Mrs. Patterson from apartment 4. I set down my coffee, watching the 8-year-old girl color obsessively over the numbers until they looked like bloodstains on the page. This was our 4th session, and she'd done this every time. Announced a date, a time, and a name. Always while drawing those perfect red circles. Emma, we've talked about this, I said, keeping my voice calm and professional. These thoughts you're having aren't real. People don't just know when... She'll fall down the stairs, Emma continued, her voice flat and distant. Her neck will snap. You'll hear the sound like a tree branch breaking. The crayon snapped in her tiny fist. Emma had been referred to me after her parents found her standing over her baby brother's crib at 2 a.m., whispering dates and drawing red circles on the wall. They said she'd been doing it for months, predicting deaths with disturbing accuracy. The local pastor insisted she was possessed, but I knew better. Childhood trauma manifests in many ways. 3 days later, Mrs. Patterson was found dead at the bottom of her apartment stairs. Time of death? 3:33 a.m., April 2nd, 11:47 p.m., Emma whispered. During our next session, her crayon moving in those same mechanical circles. Mr. Rodriguez, who works at the gas station, his heart will stop while he's counting money. He'll die alone. I'd stopped taking notes about her predictions and started focusing on the root cause. Emma had witnessed her grandmother's death 6 months ago, a traumatic experience that her young mind was processing through these elaborate fantasies. That had to be it. But Mr. Rodriguez died exactly when she said he would. Heart attack, alone in his gas station. The security footage showed him collapsed behind the counter at 11:47 p.m., cash scattered around his body. May 18th, 6:15 a.m., she whispered next week, the red crayon wearing down to a nub. The mailman with the crooked teeth. He'll drown in his bathtub. The water will be so hot it'll turn his skin pink like a lobster. I called in sick that day and drove to the mailman's house. I sat outside for hours, waiting, watching. At 6:14 a.m., I saw him through his bathroom window, alive and well. I felt relief wash over me. Then I heard myself knocking on his door. Emergency at the post office. I heard my voice saying when he answered, They need you immediately, better shower quick. I watched him rush upstairs, heard the water running. At exactly 6:15, I heard the splash, then silence. When the police arrived, called by an anonymous tip, they found him face down in scalding water, his skin boiled pink. And that's when I understood. Emma wasn't possessed. She wasn't having trauma-induced delusions. She was seeing the future, my future. Every date, every time, every method. She was watching me kill them before I even knew I was going to do it. June 3rd, 9:22 p.m., she whispered during our final session, her red crayon moving in those hypnotic circles. Dr. Marcus Webb. He'll realize the truth about himself. He'll try to stop, but he can't. The hunger is too strong now. I stared at the calendar on my desk. June 3rd was today. Emma, I said, my voice shaking, who dies on June 3rd? She looked up at me with ancient eyes that didn't belong in a child's face. You do, she whispered, still drawing her red circles. You'll kill yourself at 9:22 p.m. because you finally understand what you are, what you've always been. I checked my watch, 9:21 p.m. But Emma, I said, backing toward the door, if I die tonight, who's going to kill all those other people? The ones you've been seeing? Her crayon stopped moving. Those aren't future visions, she said, her voice changing, deepening. Those are memories. I've been showing you what you already did, what you've been doing for months. You just forgot each time. The clock on my desk chimed 9:22. I felt my hand reach for the letter opener, felt the blade turn toward my throat, felt something else controlling my movements. In the reflection of the window, I saw Emma standing behind me, but her shadow was enormous, ancient, with too many arms. Thank you for being such a good host, she said as the blade found its mark. But I don't need you anymore. As darkness closed in, I saw her notebook one last time. Page after page of red circles around dates. Not predictions of the future, but a record of the past. A catalog of every murder she'd made me commit while wearing my body like a suit. The last entry was still wet. June 4th, 12:01 a.m. The new therapist, Dr. Sarah Chen. She'll volunteer to take Emma's case. She's so eager to help. Emma smiled with my dying eyes, already reaching for her red crayon. Thank you for listening. If you really like the story, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more daily horror stories. Thanks.